One snapped cable turned a gentle Ferris wheel test into the wildest ride the village fair had ever seen. As evening settles over the fairground, Timmy Tinker and Chubby Max stand proudly beside their newest invention, a Ferris wheel powered entirely by pedaling. Lanterns glow around the wooden frame, colorful ribbons flutter from the carriages, and families wander between the cheerful stalls. Timmy has spent hours checking the ropes, gears, chains, and brake lever because he wants the first test ride to be completely safe. Chubby Max helps position the final carriage, while Buddy Popcorn watches every movement with excited eyes and a rapidly wagging tail. When the structure is ready, Timmy decides that Buddy can be the first passenger. The little dog climbs into the carriage proudly, looking across the fairground as though he has been waiting for this moment all day. Max takes his seat on the bicycle mechanism connected to the wheel. Timmy stands beside the brake lever, gives one final signal, and Max begins to pedal. At first, the invention works perfectly. The wheel turns slowly. Buddy rises above the lanterns, and the evening breeze carries his happy barking across the square. Max pedals at a steady rhythm while Timmy studies the chain and listens carefully to every sound coming from the gears. The wooden carriages move smoothly through the moonlight, and even the nearby crowd begins admiring the clever machine. Then Timmy reaches for the brake lever to test the stopping system. A sharp, metallic snap breaks the peaceful rhythm. One old cable suddenly gives way, releasing the gear mechanism and sending the wheel into a much faster rotation. Timmy immediately realizes something is wrong. Max, however, feels the sudden speed and assumes the invention is simply becoming more exciting. He laughs and pedals harder. The wheel spins faster. Buddy Popcorn circles high above the fairground, barking with pure delight as ribbons and balloons whip wildly through the air. Timmy shouts for Max to stop pedaling, but the noise of the festival and the spinning gears make his warning difficult to hear. Max keeps going, proud that everyone appears to be watching their invention. Around them, the crowd begins cheering because they believe the fast rotation is part of the planned demonstration. Timmy runs around the base of the wheel, checking the chain, the sprocket, and every support beam for a way to slow the machine. The broken brake cable hangs uselessly beside the frame. Pulling the lever again will not help. Timmy needs another solution before the mechanism becomes damaged. He looks across the fairground and notices a long decorative scarf hanging from a nearby stall. An idea forms immediately. Timmy grabs the scarf and studies the rotating sprocket, waiting for the exact moment when he can interfere with the drive without touching the moving parts directly. Meanwhile, loose ribbons are already twisting around the wooden frame, making the machine look even more chaotic. Max finally notices Timmy waving frantically below and begins to understand that the speed was never intentional. He stops pushing the pedals, but the wheel continues spinning from its momentum. Timmy releases the scarf toward the outer mechanism. The fabric catches around the sprocket and creates enough resistance to slow the rotation. The wheel loses speed little by little until the carriages begin moving gently again. With one final turn, Buddy Popcorn's carriage stops almost perfectly beside the exit platform. Buddy hops out happily, shakes himself, and runs straight toward Timmy as though the entire event had been a wonderful game. Max climbs down from the bicycle seat and looks at the tangled scarf, finally realizing how close their cheerful test came to becoming a serious mechanical failure. The crowd applauds, still believing the dramatic stop was part of the show. Timmy does not celebrate yet. He carefully inspects the broken cable, replaces the damaged section, checks the gears, and tests the brakes several times before allowing the machine to move again. Max sits nearby and rereads the operating instructions that he had been too excited to follow during the emergency. Together, they add a clear warning sign beside the pedals. If the speed changes unexpectedly, stop pedaling and listen for instructions. As the fairground grows quiet, Buddy curls up beside the tool bag and quickly falls asleep after his unforgettable ride. Silver moonlight settles over the wooden stalls, while Timmy packs away his tools and Max stretches his tired legs. The invention had worked, but the accident taught them something more important than success. A clever design still needs careful maintenance, clear communication, and people willing to notice when excitement is hiding a warning sign. Before leaving, Timmy extinguishes the final lantern and looks once more at the silent Ferris wheel. For Timmy and Max, night proves that invention is not only about making something move, it is also about knowing when to slow down, check every warning, and protect everyone who trusts that machine. By dawn, cool mist covers the fairground, and the once wild machine stands peacefully beneath the rising sun. Max, Timmy, and Buddy head home carrying a funny memory and a serious lesson. When something speeds out of control, paying attention matters more than enjoying the ride.